Can you build an Overload Shaman in the year of our Yogg 2026? That's the question I wanted to answer today, because we got this card, Haywire Hornswogg, in the mini set. It's this cool payoff for Overload decks. You can basically get this down to a 0 mana 4/6 elusive taunt, which that's a really nice swing on board. You know, lock out an aggressive deck, dodge removal with that elusive, be a decent sized threat on board as well. And I had to try to build an Overload deck. The challenge is right now in standard format, we really don't have that many Overload cards to work with. When you look at the Overload package, there's just not a lot of options. You know, I didn't include all of them, right? Some of them in particular, just Overload 1, didn't really feel like they juiced the Hornswogg enough, or maybe didn't like play to a more kind of minion mid-range based game plan enough. For instance, like we got 4 all time. I think this is a good card, but I don't think it really plays nicely into your other stuff. The Hornswogg itself gets destroyed by this. Like if it's left behind on board and you want to follow up, your Hornswogg is killed, right? So if you're trying to be the threat deck and have stuff down on board, which I think, you know, cards like Rocket Hopper and Earth Elemental, which are some of the other big Overload cards, and the new Winged Aberration, all of these play to you being on board. They don't play with 4 all time. They don't play with Baking Soda Volcano. You know, they're not really great with Lightning Storm either. So it's kind of hard to build a really cohesive Overload deck that's wanting to run all of the Overload stuff. It kind of just goes in different directions. So I used what I could, stuff like First Contact, Lightning Bolt for a little bit of extra reach. And then, you know, the big Overload cards we talked about, basically to try to create a dump turn on like turn 5 or 6 where you're building out, you know, a 10/10 and a couple 4/6s or a 7/9 Earth Elemental, and just like overwhelm in the mid game, and then follow up with some extra push and reach via the big spells like Death Roll and Furious Fouls. I will say I put instant multiverse in here too. This card felt really hard to use and kind of just felt like a worse result off Hagatha. I would probably cut this one even in an Overload deck today. And you know, that might make the deck better if you cut this, but ultimately I wouldn't worry too much about making this deck better, because I just don't think there's enough to work with right now. I wanted to give it our best shot, and this deck can win. You can hit some great lines and overwhelm people with those big bodies, exactly like I talked about. You're going to see that in this video, but you're also going to see moments where things just get clunky. The Overload punishes you, the Haywire Hornswoggs come down too late, or your opponents just kill a Rocket Hopper with a 1 mana spell, and it feels like you've spent 9 mana basically to do nothing. So I do think ultimately, even if you did refine this deck down and make it better, which I'm sure you could do, I don't think you'd get anywhere close to competitive with it. I really think Overload Shaman, if it were to work, is going to need more help post-rotation in a new set, right? It needs a way to like clear Overload or more early game aggressive Overload cards, stuff like Tunnel Trog maybe that scales off Overload, something to give it an extra boost, because as it stands right now, these cards just aren't it. They come down too late. I think Winged Aberration is actually pretty awkward and tough to use most of the time. Just comboing it out is surprisingly hard because it makes it like a bad turn 4 play. Like sometimes coin on turn 3, it's okay, but even then your Overload hurts a lot on turn 4. So it's just not there right now. I think there's gonna be some fun in this video. You're gonna see some great games and get a feel for what this deck can do and win. But it shows potential and promise. It just needs, I don't know, 4 to 6 more cards probably to get it into a really good spot, as I think you're about to see. Hey, new card. I'm gonna keep it, dude. Where's my deck tracker? Give me that deck tracker. Cannot play without it, guys. Our brains don't work anymore. Old. Oh, sick portrait, dude. That's a really cool portrait, actually. Yep. Stay on curve here. Hagatha's nice. I did put in you know, my big spells here are still hopefully pretty tempo-y. Like this is clearly not an aggro deck. It definitely trends a little more mid-rangey. You can see we have a lot of our power band happening around turn 5 or 6. I'm a little worried, in fact, that our curve might be too weak too early, but we'll see how it goes. Hitting like this opener is the dream to avoid that problem. Charge Palgrave twice? No. Mug? Nah, probably just Portal Vanguard, right? I do kind of value the stats here a lot. Do I have some decent card draw? Yeah, I do have decent card draw. Maybe you just go Mug. Yeah. Even though you lose a draw, you know, if one of these Murlocs lives in particular, it's a really good hit, right? It's Suddenly you get a nice bonus buff too. Oh my god. See, we need the stats, dude. Crazy work. Mug, save me, man. Yeah, fine. They will probably trade down or maybe go face. Mug at 7/8, slightly bigger than Circadiamancer. They got a random 8 drop in hand. Getting cheaper by the moment, so it's gonna be a big swing later. Our Hornswoggle, like, we haven't hit a single overload card, right? The problem right now is there's just not that high of a density of overload. Oh, they take the trade for us. Okay, this is a good turn from them. Yeah, really clean. Agatha here is okay, I guess. Yeah, this is a big overload. This single-handedly makes the Hornswoggle pretty interesting. Oh, bro, I didn't know I had Death Howl and Furious Fouls in here. Oh, I put in more big spells than I realized. Oh, shoot. To be honest, I did not mean to have that many big spells. It's okay. I kind of forgot. I'll be honest. I'll be real with you. First contact. If I go Rocket Hopper right now, this goes to 2. I could coin the first contact. I just can't quite get anything to 1 yet. This is clearly not it. Death Roll right now sucks. Rocket Hopper, I mean, it's good for next turn, right? It's good for next turn. I think we do it. Like, next turn is just, you know, first contact Haywire, I think. Like, that's a solid turn. It's not great, but, you know, you get a 10-10 down as well is the nice part. Then maybe you go instant multiverse after that, yeah. Can they deal with this is the next question, right? Because if it gets hit for 10, you're over the moon. Because we do actually have quite a bit of lethality in the deck. Fouls and Death Roll can both go face a fair bit. Like, you know, if we get some good chip damage with our mid-game threats, that's going to be just fine. Going for the discounted Primordial Drake. All right, that's a decent Death Roll target, but like we said, we're just gonna go for the Overload here. Go for the Hornswoggle. We'll just trade. That's fine. Oh, this is a good hit. Dang. Poisonous. Let's go. All right. What's this guy do? Oh yeah, little tar guy. Yeah. 2 taunts, but the weapon is probably not coming out anyway because I don't have corpses right now. Are they gonna be able to handle this board? 4 mana remaining. Still a 10-3 they got to deal with. Oh, no way. This is the worst turn I've ever seen. Don't even have corpses to attack right now. Surely they have something. Okay, yeah, Morbid Swarm. They had to go for the kill there. That was just going to be too much. Oh, Stitch Giant is a big counter swing here. That's a great Death Roll target, though. I think we just take the Death Roll, right? Maybe even coin. No, I don't think you coin here. I think you just take the Death Roll. Probably hope this thing dies. You don't need it all to go face. Pretty good chance, of course, it dies. Get a 5/5 developed as well. Hit for another 6. Wind Fury is a good bonus. Yes. Sick. Okay. Still not enough corpses yet. How is that possible? We just killed 2 guys. I guess they went down to 0 last time. How many is this? Oh yeah, spin 2. Yeah, they went down to 0. Yeah, that's why they had to hero power first, I guess, to get the corpse check. So I mean, Furious Fouls can go 6 to face. That's a decent hit, but not a great hit. These are alive. This just hits for 10. That's 14. This is another 6. That's gonna do her. Nice, dude. Good first win, man. My first game, we got to win. Let's go. Kind of felt okay. Not like totally sad about this result. I also learned how I built the deck. More big spells than I remembered, but it's okay. I think it's fine, actually. Not a problem. They're all good. All right. Do we keep a Winged Aberration? I don't know. Maybe. These mulligan rates are not looking great either way. This curve's not great either. I mean, coining into this is my thought, right? Is it good enough to coin into this and clean up some dragons? I don't know yet. Maybe if we hit some. Oh, okay. Hey, let's see. If we hit some early game, maybe we're not so sad. Honestly, coin Turbulus is also pretty decent right now if these both stick, right? If they both stick, you're really happy. It just breaks your combo here because you don't have anything else cheap for this guy, which is like one of my hesitations for this. It's like, I was like, I don't even really know if I want to run this card in this deck. It's just that we have to, right? We don't have enough overload otherwise. You just have to have enough overload. So it's like outside of coin games, it's like, are you saving a lightning bolt, a grow fin, a first contact, right? They going face? They are going face. That makes Turbulus a lot better, but like I said, it kind of breaks the aberration. You have another 3 cost here, but it's so bad. I think you just coin the aberration. I think it's more important to deal with some of their annoying stuff later. But it does make our turn 4 also very weak, right? Like that's another problem. Is like the Overload 2 is actually so significant that you kind of hate that as well. It's like, am I hero powering again? Like that can't be. That's not right. Creature of Madness, bird watching, like double first contact or something would be cool maybe, but I don't know. Basically, until you have the Hornswogg, right? It's so punishing to go for any Overload. This is the guy we're worried about, though. This is the guy I was very stressed that I felt like we needed to kill. Now they take a trade to get some buffs, but I have 2 fantastic hits on this guy, and this is why we get to return and like swing hard, right? This is exactly why I wanted to do this. We're getting a little bit of a payoff here. Hopefully this survives, right? It's just that like next turn sucks. I literally have nothing to do. It's literally just hero power. So can you stay in a game like taking a good play every other turn, right? This was like one of the opponent is literally hovering over this card because they've never seen it before, which is hilarious. And I get it. I would do the exact same thing in their spot. God, that's a good Dark Gift card. A crazy buffed amalgam. I just ignore it, right? I have to, I think. No, he's not cheap enough yet. He will be 0 next turn for the Rocket Hopper, though, so that's kind of perfect, actually. So we'll take a trade, probably. I'll go Hopper into Hornswogg on 5. That does mean, again, my turn 6 is going to be utter garbage. I literally don't have anything else to do. It's making me wonder, like, do I need more 2-cost things? I don't know how often those lines are actually going to shake out, but at the moment, it's kind of feeling like it. That's a decent weapon for us. Terrible weapon for them. They're gonna re-roll that. Insane weapon for them. My God, terrible weapon for me. They hit the absolute nuts here, dude. Like that is an insane. They just got a 6/4 weapon. Oh my God, that is such an insane hit, dog. Let's Can I even afford to take 5 now? I mean, I guess I am playing a taunt, we decided. So maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. I just want to, you know, protect my guy here. 10-7's pretty sweet. Like this obviously dies, but then maybe we get to hit for 12. Like it's still not a lethal setup though. And again, I have literally nothing to do next turn. I'm just hero powering. I need to find another Haywire Hornswogg off the top. Could try to, well, no, we can't play that. Bird watching could hit it. Maybe we draw that. Hey, this is not the strongest development for them right now. I mean, this is going to be a pretty big dude. I might have to hit it. I don't know. I kind of just want to go face. Leaving up 11 at 17. It's also just tends to snowball, right? That's the other side of it. Like, I really don't want this to snowball too hard. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in love with this being a 10-2, but I'm just desperate. I don't know. Hopefully they don't have any cheapies removal. Hopefully they play something that Death Roll supports. I love that this gets impacted by spell damage. Is that true? It's glowing like it does. This deck does have like those little, you know, some little hits and stuff, deal 3s and things on occasion to clean this up. So I mean, it's definitely not guaranteed to stick. Like even the dragon that deals, you know, 5 or whatever. There's a lot of ways. Is it deal 6 or deal 5? Deal 5? Here's a deal 3. Yep, exactly what we feared. Portal Vanguard. Okay, low development on board here. Just a strong reload in hand. My weapon's very good, but again, I'm almost dead. I guess we could go for like some Feral Spirits here to try to stabilize though. Since we're almost... Oh, that's a great hit, dog. That's a great hit. What if we go for Winged to just clear these now? The thing is, though, it's like I want to use this weapon effectively, and this is such a great board for it. If I go down to 9, am I just in trouble is the question, you know? How in trouble am I if I go down to 9? These are not Battlecry minions for Turbulus, so... I think it's just these 3 cards, but I'm gonna go down to 9 and risk it here. It just feels a little weird to waste the aberrations. If I'm playing it this turn, like, you're just wasting it. So maybe you just wait on the weapon too. I don't know. It's just I don't want to like damage my own stuff is the problem. Like, it gets harder and harder to make this feel worth it. But it's like I'm wasting the immune if I don't do it now. So we might as well. Like, it's cool to have a 4/4 Wind Fury. Don't get me wrong, but there's no reason to waste the immune. So Draco Rex would be the absolute nightmare scenario right now, right? And it's pretty likely, to be honest. Not even that unlikely. The Windspeak Worm, thankfully, not a Draco Rex, so that's good. They do get another hit on this weapon. This thing has now put out 30 total damage. Not all to face, of course, but 30 total damage. Do we have any lethals here with Death Roll? 8 to face, they're at 22. Another 7. Nope. Not even close. Probably worth it anyway, just because what the heck else are we going to do, right? Actually, 9 to face, I guess, huh? What the heck else are we going to do? Hopefully these taunts hold for a minute here. Now any big stuff they play might be a bit of a liability, especially if they give it extra attack. Hopefully we're alive with the taunts. Second Death Roll. I've always loved this card. It did do 9, by the way. Yeah, 9. Cool. You really need that it interacts with spell damage. That makes sense. I get it. It says deal damage equal to, so it's, you know, setting the value, but then it's the spell itself is dealing the damage. It's not like the minion's dealing the damage or anything. 5 attack here, but a bigger board means not guaranteed to go face, right? But are they gonna buff that again? Like, hit the same guy twice for some insane reason that I can't imagine. No, they're clearing out stuff. That makes sense. So 4 damage on board. Hey, let's go. We got to do this in the right order to make sure we don't accidentally kill our spell damage. We also have Death Roll anyway, I guess, because that's funnier. Second Death Roll for lethal's way funnier if it hits. Is it gonna get there? It gets there. Let's go. Freaking let's go, dude. That's a good win, beating a Dragon Warrior. I gotta say, it all came down to that turn 4 or turn 3 winged aberration. Like, even though, you know, we had those gap turns, we really put them on the back foot. You know, we dodged a Draco Rex. That definitely would have blown us out. I think we would have had a really impossible time. Even with the crazy weapon swings, though, we still get there. Like, that's a great win, dude. That's a great win. That's a tough game to win. Alrighty. Yeah, let's drop the aberration because we got a decent curve here otherwise, right? Hey, double Growfin, baby. Growfin on 1, Feral on 2. Maybe a coin. Hagatha is probably not really that good because our spells cost kind of like 5 and 6 anyway, so getting her out early doesn't really help too much. Playing hard curve is probably just as good. Against Hunter, I mean, we definitely want to go a little faster, right? Pretty much every Hunter deck right now is still pretty fast. I mean, there aren't that many good ones when we look. Discover Hunter's the highest tier Hunter deck right now. Hey, Overload payoff. All right, like it. I like it. So Feral Spirit hits 1. If you go for Feral Spirit early, you still get Hagatha on curve, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking on Feral Spirit. You go it on 2. Whoa, Story of Carnassids. Quest Hunter. Oh my god, I didn't even see. Whoa, that's cool. Dude, Coin Winged Aberration is also pretty sweet, but it does go, that means, you know, on turn 4, you only have 2 mana remaining, which isn't ideal. That said, you know, depending on the opponent's board, Quest Hunter does probably have more of a board than normal. Do they have 2 things out though yet? I don't know. I do still have the Growfin in hand, so if I go for like Coin Feral Spirit now, then I can still like Growfin and Aberration, because I'm a little worried about comboing this on average in this deck. Like, it was I literally just really didn't want to run it, if I'm being honest. Like, that was where I was at. I was like, I really don't think I need Winged Aberration in here. I'm not sure this is the card we want in the deck, but that's where we landed. I don't know. You got to run the new Overload card for your Overload deck, right? I think you just have to. So do we save the Growfin then and just hero power here? So then you'd go like Hagatha on 4, Growfin, Aberration on 5, when presumably, right, that you have like a little more I'm not going to trade these in for them. Presumably, you know, you have a little more stuff to hit into, basically. We did actually end up having two pretty decent things to hit into for this aberration already, for the record. Like, would have been pretty good, honestly, already. This is going to be left over as well, probably. I doubt they run this into the Hagatha Forest, so that would be a good hit as well. Anything else on 4 that's really good right now? I don't think so. Once we overload this, this goes down to 3 on turn 6, and on turn 6 we have 4 energy, so be a decent kind of roll off on 6. Death Roll and Furious Fouls. Okay, I will say Death Roll's not looking totally terrible either, particularly if they played a 7 attack beast already. This could be a pretty sweet turn 5 as well. Just clear something. Oh, they do take that trade. Wow, and they do play the 7 attack Zombies. Wow, it's elusive, which Death Roll actually we dodge here because of the minion. Amazing clear here. Okay, 7 to face and a big swing on board. All right. That's really nice. This is 6, so we need 10 more damage to face. Next turn, we can still go for Aberration like we said. Maybe even now Creature Aberration if you want. Now that we have a little more mana to work with. If you go Growth and Aberration, there's still no way to get to a Hornswoggle. So, oh god, yeah, Shock is already ready. Oh, this is so scary, dude. Oh, okay, thankfully they can't swing the rest of this now, but this is still going to take a great trade. Shock is so strong, but it's great for Aberration, so not a disaster. It's just how hard of a swing is that going to be, right? That's what we got to worry about now. I also think, you know, Fouls isn't terrible, but the fact that it can go face makes you want to save it to go face. Reborn. Death Rattle. Yeah, this is actually cool with compies. Can stick out some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to take the Stranglevine, actually. We do have a lot of minions, I think. All right, so, you know, clearly they're about to have a monster turn. I'm not going to have probably a monster turn. Fouls can maybe clean up something. What am I going to... I'm actually going to have 5 mana anyway, so I don't even have a Fouls yet. Oh, my God. I need my other Death Roll, dude. That's a crazy hit. Oh, these beasts are so nuts. Panther's crazy. Oh, no. They got their quest done so fast. Zombies is a really cool way to get the quest done, by the way. Like, giving you all that flexibility is really sweet. That's quite cool. Rocket Hopper into Hornswoggle here. This does actually technically survive. All right. My next turn is so bad, though. It's so bad. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about this, man. Like, technically it's alive, right? That's the important thing. Like, if it gets to hit face, I have lethal. So, like, if they somehow can't deal with a 10-1, it is a lethal. Well, no, I don't, because of the idiot. Oh, my God. Sasquatch, so insane with Omen, dude. Oh, my God. Bro, Sasquatch is so good. Is Quest Hunter, like, underrated? This deck seems nuts right now. Opponent's just murdering me. I need, well, even now, Death Roll doesn't seem good enough, right? It almost like I need another Winged Aberration or something. Surely this doesn't trade in, right? Yeah, I see. Surely this one trades in. Save the Omen here. We're just dead, right? Like, there's no getting around this one. We're very dead. I can deal 4 damage, but then I'm still taking 12, you know, 16, 18. Yeah, very dead. Opponent balled out here, dude. This was a cool loss. I'm like, man, I don't know. Quest Hunter, I have not played really, I don't think, since Storm the Gates. I don't think I tried Quest Hunter Storm the Gates stuff. Was pretty cool. I think we did play Sasquatch in our deck when we did it, but man, it felt really good here. I don't know if it's just because I had kind of a bad game or they had a nutty game, but it felt really cool. That was fun. Okay, way too expensive. Aberration, yeah, just awkward. I don't know. Not my favorite card so far, to be honest. Hornswoggle Lightning Bolt. He's got some lightning bolts floating around him, so maybe that's the path to victory. Death Knight probably going to be a little too control-y for us, but we'll try to find a window, try to find an opening. Dude, I started off on a really good stretch of this deck, and then everything just fell apart, man. I was like, for a couple games, I was like, this is it. I built it. The master deck, the secret Overload Shaman deck. It's brilliant, and then it's just, from there everything died. It's too expensive, unfortunately. But you know, the issue is, I don't know what else to run. Like, all the big Overload cards are expensive, right? That's the thing. They're 4, 5, 6, right? Like 5, 6, 5. You know, there's only a few cheap Overload cards. You're just kind of stuck in this no man's land where all your stuff needs to be mid-range, and it's hard to find a deck to go around that, honestly. Also, why is my deck in the wrong order? It's in the mulligan order still. Deck tracker, save me, update. I don't even have a turn 4 play right now. This is crazy. And if I go for first contact, I break my turn 5 play. So instead, I'm just hero powering here. I guess you go Rocket Hopper first. Maybe it just hits the opponent for 12 a couple times. You win the game, right? Like, is it that simple, guys? The opponent also is doing nothing. This is a disaster. You can follow up with Hornswogg next turn. Not the worst thing ever. You could even go Lightning Bolt first contact Hornswogg, actually. That might be the play. Use Lightning Bolt to clean something up on board, even though I'd really like to save it for phase. Clean up a little guy. Develop some board. Maybe that's decent. Okay. Maybe Lightning Bolt clears one of these. Yes, indeed it does. Okay. That actually allows me to go 12 phase, so totally worth it. Yes. Okay. We're happy. Suddenly living the dream here. That's actually a pretty good minion too. Hit for 12. We got another hopper now. Death rolls. Pretty big and crazy always. Do they have a good clear here? 12-12 might be hard for Death Knight. Is the dream back on? Not hard. Nobody's playing Starship Death Knight right now, right? By the way, am I losing my mind right now? Like, I never see that. Maybe we go Earth Elemental. It's pretty much just as big. We don't need the rush anyway, and the Overload's less punishing. Like, yeah, I kind of wish we could use some spells to pay off on this guy, but look at the hand, right? It's not worth it at the moment. Death roll on a Starship, I will say, can be pretty cool. So that might be an angle. Oh, that's very weak right now. Still have a 9/11 chilling on board. Furious Fowls is pretty good at clearing this, but do you send it face? You got 10, 6, 17. You just like put them on the back foot. The problem is they do heal a fair bit. I like how clean it is from a math standpoint. Like, do you send it into the husk or do you send it into face? Oh, I don't know. You could send it face and maybe trade into one leech so that you're only really punished if they have way more husks, right? Or more leeches. The problem is, like, if these deal 3 exactly, it's really annoying, right? Because these are 3 health guys. It's like you kind of want to send it into the leech. If I put them down to 10, do I still have paths to victory is the problem. I mean, potentially, but not yet. Ah, it's tough, dude. You could go Rocket Hopper too, honestly, but the Overload's so hard that you don't get the fouls next turn. Oh, this is a really tough call, dude. God, I don't know. I actually have no idea what the right play is here. I'm gonna say, like, I've had a hard time getting over the hump, so I'm gonna go ahead and trade in a little bit here. Like, you're still doming them for 9, so it's like, hopefully it's enough setup. Hopefully they're on the back foot enough here that you get there, but this is a little risky, admittedly, you know. Next turn's like Hagatha Death Roll, probably. Hagatha Hopper, maybe. That lines you into a Death Roll the turn after still. I don't know. Playing it a little safe, right? I just feel like if I leave that up, they're going to have the second one. They're going to heal for like 8 or 12 or something, and my life's going to be miserable. So even here, a second one would be kind of insane. They'd clear up all 3 little guys. Corpse Explosion's not quite that insane right now. You're leaving up a 9/5. Remnant of Rage does not clear a 9/5. It's great for Death Roll, though, baby. Hey, we actually did it. Let's go. Nice stuff, dude. I'm back. It's the dream again. They even had a pretty good answer to that first hopper, but we still just overwhelmed with big stuff. Hey, not bad. Not a bad little game there, man. Not too bad. All right. I don't know. Flight of the Firehawk. I honestly have not played it a single time in this deck. Maybe that's maybe that's a problem, right? I feel like this deck is landing where it has such a tight window, and of course not remotely suggesting it's supposed to be this way or only viable this way. Clearly, we're just trying things out, but it's had such a tight window where it's like you got to win on turn 6 or 7 or whatever, that it's like I don't know if I have time to play Flight of the Firehawk. Maybe if there's nothing else to do, as is the case when you draw another one like an idiot. But I don't know, against Quest Warrior, I think that's going to be super true as well. This Ragnaros is wild looking, dude. Crazy. I feel like I like it less than just like the regular Ragnaros. I don't know. I don't like how I can only see his head, you know? Is it weird? Is it strange that you only see his head? Earth Elemental and Merlot. I mean, Groffin's a good card to hit. Yes. Next turn, maybe we go Grofin and Flight again. Oh, I hate that, though. Opponent's just racing me down, and I'm just doing idiot stuff here. Just idiot stuff. Winged Aberration is great with Lightning Bolt maybe on a future turn here. Actually, don't think it's totally crazy right now. I do have 8 cards in hand. If I go for Flight, hand's basically gonna pull them. Flight, basically. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? Rocket Hopper is a monster. So Rocket Hopper Haywire next turn is not quite ready yet. Lightning Bolt Aberration is gonna push these to 4. Aberration looks terrible here, as does Hopper, though, to be honest. I guess you just go Earth Ellie here then, just to get a big boy. See if the Warrior has like, there's no like Shield Slam to answer this, you know, like do they have a good tall single target? I mean, you can get a Shield Slam pretty quick, I guess. You play the new Crocolisk into Shield Slam or whatever. That's not too hard. Yeah, dang. I mean, currently I guess it's only 10, but hero power. Brawl 2, yeah, good. Maybe we survive this. We win one time. For a second, I believe. I guess we got the second best hit. I'll live with that. So Hopper still feels a little weird here. Oh, well, we're not ready for Hopper yet. Too expensive. So do you just play 1 Hornswogg then? That also feels really bad. I mean, it's a 6/8 elusive. That's not like the end of the world, but it's not great, right? So you could go Multiverse Hornswogg next turn, maybe. Keep checking it, or go Hopper Hornswogg. Hopper on a Ham's a decent hit. Yeah, we do want to be able to clear that, so probably go Hopper Ham. Hopper Ham Hornswogg. Quite a phrase. Do you ever hold the Hornswogg here just to play around like another brawl a little bit? I mean, what are the odds there's 2 brawls already? If they have the second brawl already, I think we just lose. Maybe you just don't hero power, because it's like that's never gonna help you and it only ever hurts you. But you know, having an extra 4/6 in definitely can help you. If they don't have the AoE removal here, that's a start. Is it enough? It's not terrible, I guess, with the trade. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I'm still sitting on 16 damage though right now. I don't hate 16 damage, to be clear. 16 and 6. Dang, dude, they're like almost kind of dead. Sadly though, I have like nothing to do. How is my hand so bad? Bird watching into Creature of Madness. It's almost guaranteed, but not quite. The overload here is just making my life so awkward. I mean, I literally think it's just this, right? I think you got to do this. It does technically survive here, thanks to the buff. Rust Rot Viper. Charge, but with Dormant. 3 turns is too long, right? Like, that does mean when it wakes up from Dormant, it has charge. So you get 3 that's just too long. I think I gotta go Rust Rot or something. I don't know. Just like tradable, like technically weapon removal maybe is useful. Big stats. They're at 10. We have Furious Fouls, which can hit for 6 plus double lightning bolt next turn, right? If they just go for removal and don't have that's not that much life steal, but it's a little. Definitely a little. This can clear that without healing, importantly. So maybe you go, well, I don't know, only really Hopper's good though. Hopper into Aberration. Then you're overloaded 6 again next turn, which is crazy. I don't love that. So maybe you just tempo Rust Rod here just to get a decently clean Aberration out. Yeah, I think that's the move. Just have to deny the healing here, right? I think you go face for 3. Like we're getting really close on lethal checks, you know. Oh, that might protect against this AoE a little bit too. I don't know. So their quest is like almost done, but not quite. Draco Rex is pretty insane. That allows you to clear here, but you're at 12. Are they dead? They're dead. Oh wait, do I have enough mana? No! Shield block! You're not dead anymore, you idiot! Hopper plus. Oh, dude, this is 12, dude. God, if I go for Hopper, my whole next turn is dead. I don't have any lethal setups, right? Like, but again, it might put them on the back foot so much that it's worth it. I don't know. It's like so clean here too. It's hard to pass up. Do you go wide to play again, like, you know, play around Brawl, or do you leave this up? Oh God. And do I want to overload anymore, you know? I don't think so, because again, this is like 12 and it costs 8, but I can't do 8 anyway, so it's like I'm taking a downturn kind of regardless. I guess I could go for Multiverse next turn no matter what. I have 6. I mean, I'm gonna sit on the contact. I don't know. I don't even know if it's right to hero power technically. Oh, dude, this game is so close. I hate how close we are. The shield block to save, man. Clean Draco Rex, like, oh, Tortola. Oh, I need death roll. I can't use that though. I have to hit Hagatha death roll. It's got to be Hagatha into death roll actually, if I want to target that. Execute's just so insanely good. Oh, our moment is fading, guys. No, I want like big stuff, right? I need like a 8-drop and some small stuff to go with it. I don't know. That's bigger, I guess. Oh! Is it ever bigger, bro? Let's go. I don't know if that's any good. Maybe I get Creature of Madness into Dissolving Ooze, and that gives me some kind of crazy push. I don't know. I said some kind of 8-drop. They were like, no, we're gonna give you an 11-drop actually. I think now that quest is done though, like I think we've missed our window, right? I think we came in just a little short, literally like 1 shield block short. I don't know if we had a better way through this game or not. Like maybe these executes are also brutal. I feel like these Growfins are so hard to play in this deck too. Like I feel like, you know, I would encourage everybody to make some tweaks, but I don't know how you tweak this deck. I will say, like, the overload is making some of these expensive cards feel pretty punishing, so maybe you cut, like, one of the big 6s or whatever. One of the big, you know, Agatha kind of payoff cards. Oh, he does pop out when he attacks, so that's pretty cool. I didn't know he popped out. That makes me feel better about it. Fouls to hit, like, Elise. I mean, these lightning bolts feel like too far gone now. Feral spirits feel useless. I don't see anything here. I might just send these face, because like what the heck else am I doing, you know? We're not dead right now. I don't know, maybe you go for like a death roll later to kill them. I don't know. I don't see any outs here. Tortola's nasty. I got 6 over the top, and you could hit, you know, another Furious for 6 over the top if they just somehow don't heal, because, like, I don't know why they would ever do that, but maybe they don't heal. I mean, even Tortola heals them now, so it's like they're going to heal a little probably, but that's 12 armor per hit. Great. I am completely screwed. That is 100% game over, no question. I don't have the outs anymore. Just everything a little too, just like a hair too late, right? Which that does signal, like, you know, maybe number one, like some deck refinements, because I'm not trying to refine this deck. You know, I just built a list and tried it out. Maybe some deck refinements could help, number one, but then number two, like, you know, 1 or 2 extra cards. You know, print a couple overload cards, something that clears overload. I think a few cheap tempo-y minions that are overloady, tunnel trog type stuff, right? There's a few things maybe they can help get you there. What did I talk about off this? Oh yeah, dissolving ooze, but that opportunity's kind of gone already. That was for the big ultra soar or whatever. Random dream card. There's like, I can't like copy this or anything, right? It returns it to the opponent's hand. Charge with that is pretty cool, to be honest, but I can't get through the Tortola, so it doesn't help. Maybe just don't die here for a turn and figure something out with Nightmare. I don't know. Again, I don't really see any lines, but this is 13 to clear that, maybe. Opponent's gonna find a lot of quest rewards though and murder me. Some Barnabas is gonna come down. Yep. I mean, they're at 21. It's not like impossibly out of range, but it's pretty much out of range, I think. Death Roll has some 8/8s. If they all went face, maybe. This 8/8 can go face. I'm not dead, I guess. They could have attacked first and tried to snipe for lethal. I don't think they need to, for the record. Like, you know, the game maybe this gets a bunch of attack and not elusive, and I death roll somehow, and then that kills them. I could give it Nightmare and then death roll it, right? Oh, don't get elusive. No, stealth is the same difference. Nightmare on this plus death roll wouldn't really clear anything. Wouldn't go for lethal either usually. And if it hits the, oh my god, we actually literally did hit the death roll. That's insane. You can't target this, you can't target this, so you'd have to target this and death roll it. I think you're better off doing this to clear more of their stuff potentially, right? But there's no way this is lethal unless it went face. Even if it went face 13 straight times, it's not ever a lethal because they're 22 and I only have 6 more, so that would be 19. But it's kind of funny. It gives them a lot of armor usually when it hits Tortola. So, I don't know. Just looking to stay alive here somehow for a turn, right? And sadly, that didn't die, so we die. Ah, dude, we're so close. This game was really interesting, right? Like, it gave me like a little bit of hope in this deck. Like, it was, you know, like outside of some really clean executes, like some, you know, it's just like they hit all their ramp early. Like, that made life hard. Really good brawl early. 1 or 2 like tiny windows there. I think we were that, like, you know, 5 health off basically, it seemed like. So we were really close to finding it out there. But, you know, just not quite enough.